Hey Hector, how you doing? I'm doing good. I know we talked earlier, but I wasn't feeling it, and they're kind of doing their own thing. Hey, we got three people. That's nice. Or we had three people. No, I don't. I did see something on TikTok though a while ago, of some girl who did a cover. She sang some Evanscene. Um, she's a real small girl, and that's a lot of her point of her TikToks. Hold on, I'm gonna put this out on my story. They made a new album. It's pretty good. I was at Walmart just now and I wanted a CD, but hey, they didn't have any copies and their CD selection is very small. That sucks, Hector. Hey, if you're in here, please say hi to me because that's kind of how I run my streams is talking to people. I don't usually have a specific topic. I mean, I have in the past, but I'll be right back, Hector. One sec. Okay, I'm back. Gotta find my headphones. Yeah, I just posted it. So that's cool. Anyways, I'm not. It seems like that you're into music pretty much just as much as you are into film. Not the same with me. Yeah, like I said, Hector, I haven't seen a lot of movies lately. The last one I saw was Tombstone. That's about it. I'm gonna take a look and see what I got. But if you want to know what I've watched recently, you can always look at Letterboxd. I watched Run, Hide, Fight again. Palm Springs was the third. Thank you for whoever number 2 is. I appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know. Have you ever seen Tombstone, Hector? Because I think that's one I'd love to talk about. Because that one got a lot of great reviews and I didn't really understand it. Yeah. Well, that sucks because I really wanted to talk about it with someone. One of the things that people concurred on, though, was that it had some of the best mustaches in movie history, which is fair. They do have some great mustaches. The one thing that ultimately does surprise me, though, about the movie, and I guess I just haven't seen enough of his stuff. I think I'm just used to, what is it? I think it's Batman and Robin. I'm going to look it up real quick. But Val Kilmer. I haven't seen a lot of his stuff. But in that movie, he was stale. In whichever one that is. I've heard of it through Joe Blow's videos for what the fuck happened to, or what the F happened to Val Kilmer. I mean, yeah, he kind of dropped off. I don't know. I guess to me, he didn't seem like he was that famous. Maybe it was just because. I mean, maybe that's the tip off, right? Is that the fact that I don't think he's he was ever that famous was a tip off that his career died before I got to him. Okay, I'm gonna look at that in a second. American Cowslip, what the hell? Guess we was on an episode of Numbers. It was in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I've heard that one's pretty good. He was in. Well, I didn't know there was a movie about Jackson Pollock. Well, I guess I don't know that, but it was called Pollock. Where the heck is it at? Batman Forever, that's what it was. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Maybe that's it. But anyways, I guess I just haven't seen a lot of his movies, and I thought he was just kind of more of a like Jean-Claude Van Damme type. But looking now, he's in some pretty good movies. And the reason why I'm talking about him is because I thought he was really good in Tombstone. I thought he played a fantastic character, and he was he was one of the most interesting characters for me in that movie. I really loved his performance. I felt like it wasn't some just blanket, like just some poster cowboy, right? Some stereotype. He had some demons and struggles, and he had a very specific character, and I think he had the most depth. I was not a big fan of Kurt Russell's character. I thought he was a good cowboy, but then it kind of went all over the place with his love story, and just they tried to pitch it back and forth, and it just didn't work. It got all confusing, and it just like I don't know. It seemed like the movie wanted me to be happy with what he was doing, but I wasn't. I was just like, I mean, that's a little bit crappy. What the storyline was, which if you don't know the movie, you can't can't know what I'm saying. But hey, I think people are actually looking into my stream now. That's good. He is now in some Michael Fassbender movie called The Snowman. Yeah, I saw that in his IMDb. Yeah, there was another movie that he was in that I heard of. When you talk about movies that are some of the worst of all time, it's called The Island of Dr. Moreau. I haven't seen it, but the other one, here's another movie that I heard is one of the worst of all time. It's called Zardoz. Normally I don't go out of my way to see bad movies, but I'm getting to the point to where I can find it so interesting to learn about bad movies. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why at some point I want to check out the movie Ed Wood. Have you ever seen Ed Wood, Hector? Hey, Justin. How you doing? I was just I appreciate you stopping by. I know you're busy, so it means a lot. Um, yeah, I was just talking about movies. I was talking about The Island of Dr. Moreau and Zardoz. Actually, we were talking about Val Kilmer. Hell yeah, Max! I'm digging it. Thanks. I appreciate it. I really do. Ah, cool. That's good. I'm glad I don't have to do homework anymore. I've not seen Watchmen. I've been meaning to for a while. But probably before I get to Watchmen, I will watch, what the hell is it called? Kick-Ass, because I see I've seen the scene with Chloe Grace Moretz walking up to those girls in the cafeteria with the sick stick, and that makes me want to see the rest of the movie. Well, that's stupid. Hey, I'm what? Hector, that's dumb, right? It blocked you for saying kick ass. I had to allow it. That was stupid. Anyways, yeah. So back to Zart, or oh, what was the question you asked me? Oh, you seen one clip of Ed Wood and Bela Lugosi. Ah, that's dope, Justin. Yeah, I've thought about it. I heard it's 4 hours long. Your most recent movie experience, yeah. Mine was Tombstone. I don't know if you've seen that one. I'm not digging it. Val Kilmer is great in it. And the movie has great mustaches. But other than that, I don't like the story. I think it's confusing, and they wanted me to. You'd have to see the movie for me to be able to explain it better, but I watched $1 Million Baby and it caught me off guard at the end. I haven't seen $1 Million Baby. Yeah. I know it's long. That's why I haven't watched it yet. Ah, dope, Max, dope. I like that one. It wasn't great. But I liked it a lot. It was good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it. I think that definitely was a highlight of the movie. That it farted a lot. Yeah, it was very interesting, and I like if you want to see some stuff from Daniel Radcliffe that's a little bit more indie, like, because he's done some good indie stuff like that, and the other one's called Jungle. That's like, I mean, I love Harry Potter, but that that movie, um, I don't know. I don't think I have the heart to say it's better than Harry Potter, but Jungle's pretty good. It's really it's kind of a trippy movie, but it's very intense, and I really really like it, and I like it better than Swiss Army Man. You may not, because given by the comment that you just made about how it farted a lot. Oh, cool! Yeah, great, man. That makes me happy because Jungle's a great movie. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad you liked it. I anticipated that because the reason that you like Swiss Army Man was that it farted a lot. You might not like Jungle as much, but that's yeah. I can't, like, I'd have to look through, like, and see his filmography. One, like, Frankenstein-y thing. It's ironic how Kurt Russell's son in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Anthony Mackie is in it too, and they both be in The Woman in the Window. A new trailer for Woman in the Window came out today, and I really need to finish the novel soon. I haven't seen. I don't really know what Woman in the Window is. Unfortunately. Yeah. I just lost my train of thought. Um, maybe I didn't have a train of thought. Thank you to my fifth viewer. Um, there's a thriller starring Amy Adams. Oh, it's a thriller starring Amy Adams, and it's like Rear Window, but with a psychological aspect. Okay. I liked Rear Window. I thought it was really good. It's very interesting. Yeah. Anyways, Justin, did you like the Snyder Cut? Because I've heard it kind of both ways. There are definitely people who liked it. One of like, and the consensus is that it's pretty good. But one of my friends, he said that he didn't like it, but he liked that it exists, which I think is a very true statement, honestly. Like, it's good that it exists, that that thing can happen. Anyways, I checked out the DVD for Rear Window from my library, and it didn't disappoint. Well, that's good. I don't know. Vertigo. I've seen Vertigo lately. That's a pretty damn good movie. Definitely. Vertigo. You should definitely check out Vertigo if you haven't seen Vertigo. It's a very. I don't. The problem with Vertigo, though, I don't know. Maybe I was just tired, but I was sleeping up until the last like 30 minutes, but then the movie woke me up, and I'm like, oh crap. This is getting good. And then it was really good. And then one of the shots has a green neon sign in it, and it's fantastic. And I loved it. It's very it very much so added to the moon of like because they set it up and they had it in there, and then like 10 minutes later they go back to it, and like the signs that first I see it I'm like that's a little like it's very interesting that it's there. It looks cool, but it's not really doing anything. And then it does something. I'm like, wow, yeah, he knew what he was doing. Um, that happens. I dozed off a little bit in the middle of Mank, but that was because I was a little bit tired that night. LOL. Yeah. I don't know. I've heard mixed things about Mank. Some people say it's amazing. Some people said that it got the story really wrong. So we're I'm gonna look up Women in the Window real fast. Have you seen Hush, Hector? Or either of the other two in here? Have you seen Hush? I do not collect vinyl. Yeah, it's the yeah. I know I know Justin's seen Hush if he's still in here. I really liked it. I thought it was very interesting. Thought it was a great concept, and they did a lot of good things with it. It was an amazing movie. It was pretty good. Definitely. Um, What else was I gonna? Hmm. I remember back in high school. What are you downvoting for? Do you want in? That's funny. What? That's interesting that you watched that movie because it seemed kind of under the radar. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I guess how does that work then? Oh, cool. That's fine. Justin, I don't give a crap. I just appreciate that you showed up at all. I don't. We were talking about Hush is all. I know you've seen that movie. I appreciate it. Don't. If you need to go back to your class, I don't care. Okay. I didn't do it, Howard. I didn't do it. What the heck? I didn't do it. I lasted an hour. Anyways, I wasn't feeling it, and the only reason I did it was because of some of my friends wanted to do it on another channel that we had created together. But they were gaming, and I don't really game. I don't play Overwatch anymore, so. Yeah, so. That's funny, Hector. Yeah, I don't. Maybe I'll need to prep, and I'll need to find like a really good time. That wasn't a great time. Um, I might try to. I don't know. Maybe sometime in the future I can try to go longer than that. That would be fantastic. That'd be fun. But yeah, so I'm just. I mean, I appreciate that, Howard. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that is my goal at some point to. I don't know. Maybe it's not a goal. Sometimes I like streaming, but the problem is if you do it a lot, it kind of loses its allure. Because like I would show up every week on a Friday, and I hadn't really watched any new movies, and I didn't really have anything new to talk about. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, and not really doing a whole lot. And half the time you'd have to carry Howard, so that sucked. And don't worry, Max, I still like you even though you suck. Um, oh, actually, I was about to ask a question. So, like calling 911, do they just ping you off whatever tower they can? Is that how that works? Like any Thanks, Max. I've been doing this for like 5 years. Actually, if you really want to talk about like day one fans, I mean, Hector's about as close as you can get. But I feel the love. You mean a lot to me, Max. Please don't take that as a negative. It's all about who came and never left, right? And you didn't leave. Yeah. Howard's been here for a while too, but he's got his own channel, so. Okay, so Howard, let me explain this to you, right? So when I was in high school, um, there was a big community. It was actually big, right? Um, it had like Cool Duder and what movie one were a part of it, but there were a bunch. There was this guy named Phil Meets Nick. There was another guy named Nick. Um, and there were two other guys that were a part of it as well. They were kind of a channel that they ended up collabing together and creating a movie community of their own. There was this other guy. They're still out there, right? There are a whole bunch of channels out there. I'm trying to remember what his name is, but actually, one of the reasons that a couple of my videos actually, they actually did pretty well, and I think that's part of where. Well, my subscribers came from Alex, a lot of them, but I had a boost in like 3 videos towards the beginning of my career because of this one streamer. I pop in a stream, right? He's got 1,000 subs or better. I pop in a stream and I'm just typing for a while, and suddenly he stops. He's like, "Oh, guys, there's this guy. I thought he was just some sock account or something like that, but he's actually got a channel with videos. Go check him out." And then suddenly I'm doubling and tripling what my view count was for the next 3 videos. Unfortunately, I didn't do crap with it because I had no idea how to deal with it. Now I would have dealt with it better, and my videos probably would have attracted more people, right? Because my videos honestly back then sucked. So what kind of world records? And more, what world record did I break? He did come from Leba. He did. Um, yeah, okay, Max, I'm sorry. I almost came back tomorrow. I was almost going to come back tomorrow. But unfortunately, because there was this banquet thing, and I was going to come, I was going to say hi to you, and I was actually almost was going to stay and wait for Justin and the girls to get back. But unfortunately, oh, yeah! Yes, Max, yes, I will try. But anyways, back to my thing. I work at 4 a.m. on Saturday, so it sucks. But I couldn't come back. I'm coming back for graduation now. So okay, so you came from Cool Duder, and then you found Leba, and then you found me. Cool. Yeah. But yeah, so I think his name's Blu-ray Hoarder, Howard. It's like 8 9 hours, I think. Wait, so did you come to me and then you came to Alex? That's interesting. But yeah, no, there are a bunch of small channels out there. Like I'll get recommended of people sometimes. Like they don't. There's this another guy named the Absolute Sublime one, but now he also does food reviews. Um, he was big into movies. There's this guy named WrestleManiac 1130. He was a guy. Yeah, he was one of them. They're actually Howard. You're gonna find this insane. I can't remember his name, but he started this thing. There's this other guy named Blue. I think he ended up winning like the Blue Tuber of the Year award. But so there was actually an award show that we had put on. Now I didn't. I wasn't a part of it. But some other guys put it together to where we voted on who's the best in like the Blue Tube community, right? There was like best short film, best video. Um, I think there was a best Blue Tuber and some stuff like that. And so the guy who won was Blu-ray Dan. And so this was like 10,000 subscribers and below. We weren't doing it for like Cool Dude or a Wet Movie or anybody above them. There's no point. They were too big. Um, but yeah, I can't remember his name, but he did the awards and that was pretty cool. I think Alex got up. He was nominated for some awards. So I'm running through like a history of Bluetooth right now. This is kind of weird. Anyways, unfortunately, it's kind of all went to crap. But yeah, just I don't know what happened. Those guys that I was talking about, the four of them, I think they kind of went their separate ways. Um, and then I just kind of disconnected, and then I think Alex disconnected, and everybody just kind of lost the pulse. It's not the same. But those guys were big into movie collecting. They weren't really critical analysis for the most part. They were a lot of movie fans, not as much as you know academics like you and I. But anyways, Max, yes, I will try to come back. I promise. We will. Hopefully, at some point, we can break some more records, world records. I don't. I think I have Winter Olympics too. I think I still have some of those the games, so we can try and put it together and break some more world records. Yeah, honestly, Howard, the last I really remember of that, the community was the four of them went out to. The four of them went out to meet Wet Movie One. Oh, cinema scumbags. That's what they're called. They're the cinema scumbags. The four of them went out to L.A. to meet Wet Movie One, and then Alex shortly after went out and met Wet Movie One and Cool Duder, and then that's about where I disconnected and lost like any recollection of the community.
A box office appeal.
Yeah, I was never a BlueTuber. I think I pretended because of Alex, but it never was in me. I wasn't a big time collector. I wasn't going to spend a bunch of pointless amount of money collecting a whole bunch of movies. I mean, it's, you know, especially now with all these streaming services. Now, to be fair, these streaming services never have the movies that I want to watch, but still. Yeah, I'd probably have to try to reinvigorate the community, man. That's probably something I should try to do. You and I probably need to tag team, Howard, and figure it out, because I mean, yeah, if I would have made some good videos at the beginning, who knows what would have happened? I might have been so much farther up. Yeah. But yeah, I was never, you know, I probably should try to do longer videos, because I'm very much so critical analysis. I think it's just a time thing. That's what's getting me. When did I say that? I no, never. Even like Alex, I would drive him for free. Um, uh, yeah. So you're talking about Zach Pope, right? And I know who you're talking about. Um, Actually, about where I got fell out of the community was like, yeah, when Scott Sullivan was starting to come in. Yeah, that's when that's about when I stopped. Right, was I met Scott, and then yeah, I don't think Casey likes Scott. If I know who you're talking about, I think he stopped for a while, but he might have picked it back up. He had really great production quality. Um, yeah, she was that girl from Australia, right? And who's Ryan? Ryan O'Toole? Is that who it is? Oh, okay, Hector. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were kind of. That's right. You guys kind of. You and them. Are they still a thing? Like. Because I never talked to them. They never know. I don't think they know I exist. Oh. Yeah. I mean, we don't do videos anymore, Hector, so it's fine. Um. Yeah. Man. I mean, that's. I think that's what you need to really grow. Well, now, apparently you don't, because you grew, but. Howard. Yeah. I yeah. I don't know, but those guys weren't really Bluetooth though. That's the thing. Is I think they tried to start their own. They had their like own thing. They were legitimately movies. I think they did collect somewhat, but like the guys that I were with they were movie collectors. They collected physical media. Oh, that's another guy. His name's Physical Media Dave. Oh, and then there was this. Here's an interesting one. There's this guy named Blu-ray Evan, and I can't remember his name. But there was kind of a big squabble between this guy who's sort of a comedian who roasted people. He actually roasted Chris Stuckman once. He did comedy. He did roast, right? He roasted Chris Stuckman once, and then he kind of got into a fight. The community kind of split itself. Actually, I think that's where it split. That now I remember. I don't remember his name, but it split because this guy started making fun of Blu-ray Evan to some extent. Now he thought he was giving him tough love, but that's for your own judgment. But because he felt like his videos weren't like they were kind of lazy and cheap. And they thought that he would use like a bot or something to reply on people's videos. Like he was spamming, right? He was using a bot. And I don't know. I was kind of back and forth, but I probably should have just stayed out of it and not expressed my opinion. It wasn't really my business, and I don't. His name starts with a C. I can't remember. Howard, I feel, man. I feel. But yeah, it's how you grow. It's how you grow. I think his name was CP. That was a mess, and I think that's where the community fell apart. Evolving into what? Um. Yeah, that is. Yeah, I mean that's funny, Hector. Man, that is true. I don't know. I met him. I know him that guy in person a little bit. So I mean I've always liked him. You know. So yeah, and I don't understand how people think that's annoying. Honestly, you can think that maybe it's not the greatest character, but I was pretty okay at least. I'm surprised Destiny hasn't showed up yet. She's usually in here. I mean, yeah, he's evolving. He's growing. He's also becoming a filmmaker himself. He's made several movies, and that's one of the things that I grapple with. Is like, I do love talking about movies. It's so fun, but I want to make movies, right? I don't just want to talk about them. And I think that's something that Stuckman's ran into is even though, he makes a living off of this, I mean, he can't stop really. I mean, because I don't think he really wants to do anything else. Like, and he does, unfortunately, I don't think he just has the funding to make his own movies without the channel. So, no. No, that was Cord or Dalton. Dalton took the gun and put it in Alex's mouth. That was kind of a frustrating moment. But anyways, oh, I gotta show yours. Yeah, are they still growing? Hey, Jesus, Jesus, sorry. Butchered your name. Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. I don't as long as we don't do it a whole bunch, right? I don't. Yeah, we're just Jesus. We're just talking about the Bluetooth community before Howard got involved, like the old days. Um, I was talking a little bit about like the cinema scumbags, and I don't know if you remember this one, but Blu-ray Evan and this thing that he had with this guy named CP, who was a comedian. Well, he considers himself a comedian, but he would do roasts on his channel. And he roasted Blu-ray Evan, but it was more of a like video heart to heart, and I think it caused the fission, right, in the community. So what's wrong with Destiny? You got something against her, Jesus? Yeah. I mean, I don't. She might be trying to go to bed or something. Hey Zeus, I know her in real life, but like I've met her in person. I've been to her house. I'm fully aware that she has a. I didn't know that she actually got married, but I knew she had a fiance, and I know him, right, a little bit. He probably doesn't know me that well, but I know of him at least. I know him and of him, definitely. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. This is funner than earlier, honestly. I tried to do one earlier. I was gonna try and do yeah. Hey. Hey Zeus. Do you got a Discord? Do you cuz I want to talk about Tombstone and I know you liked it. Yeah, hold on, I'll get to you. I'll get it to you, okay? Just give me a sec. I'm working on it. Well, what about cars, man? You don't have any problem with cars being on my top 10? Was that a compliment or was that an insult? I can't tell. Hold on, Jesus. I'm just slow as crap. That's all. Shrek has more layers. Oh, layers. Yes, layers. You know what else has layers? Cake. Everybody like cakes. Cakes have layers. I don't care what everyone likes. Ogres are not like cakes. You know what else has layers? Parfaits. You ever go up to somebody and say, hey, you want to go get some parfaits? And they say, oh, hell no, I don't want to get no parfaits. Parfaits are delicious. No! You dense, irritating miniature beast of burden. Ogres are like onions. End of story. Bye-bye. See you later. So, one of, maybe. I've heard that The Good Dinosaur isn't all that great. But, I mean, yeah, but, like, consider what you're batting against when you're a Pixar movie. And you're right. I mean, I've heard it's so much like Doc Hollywood. Anyways, Tombstone. I want to talk about Tombstone with you. Add me on Discord. I should have sent you a thing on Instagram. Check your Instagram. Yeah, it's just so I should do maybe I should deep dive into Cars because I love it so much. But it's not a fantastic story because Lightning McQueen is kind of a one-dimensional character. And there aren't a lot of full characters in it. And it's a very simple story. And it kind of diverts. And the message is not... It's kind of clear, but... Clear enough, but... It's not really that clear. I mean... Well, it's clear enough, but it's not, amazing, you know? Yeah, Cars analysis. It's just a movie I kind of grew up with, and my dad really liked it, you know, because it's cars. And you got a whole bunch of cool cars in the movie. Oh, it has wheels. Are you just going to keep making dumb jokes? I'm not willing to defend Cars 2. No. So what I can say about Cars 2 is there's some interesting parts. It's got some interesting cars. I love the joke when Mater says, is the Pope Mobile Catholic? That's one of my favorite jokes in the movie. I like Mater. I think he's a likable character. I understand that people don't think he's a likable character and they think he's annoying as hell. But I disagree. I think he is likable. I think there were ways that potentially they could have made him more likable. But I mean, I found him relatively interesting. So. What's up?
Yo.
Hey, Jesus, how you doing?
pretty much shit right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. I don't know if they can hear you. I gotta look.
Oh, fuck that. Nope, 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 nope.
Can you? Can you?
Yeah, it's on the fucking live stream.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you keep dropping so many f bombs, man?
Fuck.
Okay.
Fuck.
Okay.
Alright.
If you do it accidentally, I'm not gonna call you on it. It's not a huge deal, but. Anyway, so Tombstone, right? Actually, you know what? How you been? I haven't talked to you in a while. I should definitely start with that. Are you still in college or are you out yet?
I'm still in college last year.
Okay.
Last quarter.
Dope. What'd you go to school for?
At first it was business, but I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna use business for? But then I decided I'll just focus being like a something with education. So I'm like, all right.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I was gonna do film, but I'm like, why would I want to be an Alex Leba reject?
Okay.
Hey man,
That's a little.
It's better not to study film in college. It's better to study film for your personal experience. Whomever quote that, I think that was Hitchcock. Yes, it was.
Okay. I mean, I don't. Well, it can depend, right? Like, so here's the thing. If you're just going to do film, then I would say, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. But I didn't go just for film.
What?
And that makes the difference.
No, yeah, same here. But like, it's like saying, why would you pay money to learn something that you would probably learn by, buying a Criterion? Like,
yeah, I mean that's kind of fair. Yeah,
understood. It was like martial arts class. Yeah, we're watching Seven Samurai.
Okay, actually, I can turn him. I'm gonna turn him up because I turned them down earlier because not you, but I was streaming earlier and I turned them down because they were loud.
Stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, finish what you were saying because I cut you off.
So I was in the martial arts class, right? Watching films and all that bullshit, and I was like, okay. And then next thing you know, we're watching Seven Samurai. I'm like, why am I getting paid to watch Seven Samurai? I already know what it's about. Like, what's the point? Like,
yeah,
is it because people haven't seen it and they think that Star Wars is the best thing? No, your opinion is wrong, even though it's your opinion. First of all, second of all, why would I want to pay full tuition's worth to watch Seven Samurai? I mean, the film was good, but why pay the money? And third of all, you already heard of them all.
Okay, so so your second one was why pay the money. What was your first one?
Like, well, it's from my experience, but I already seen it so many times. I'm like, yep, this is always a classic. It's always been a classic. Many directors inspired it.
Yeah.
Like, you got George Lucas, who did the frame, one location to the other, the frame wipe. That was inspired from that. We wouldn't have Martin Scorsese. If his mind wasn't focused on Marvel movies for some odd reason.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good joke. I go back and forth, right? Because Howard also makes a great point. It's good to help.
I'm not looking at the chat, by the way.
That's fine. I'll tell you. I'm looking at it. I can tell you. Film schools help rework and deep dive into theories, right?
What?
So what I will say is that so film schools help network and then deep dive into theories. So the thing is, I would say so I've thought about potentially going to graduate school, maybe getting an MFA or potentially getting a PhD, right? Now, see, the reason why I would get a PhD or an MFA is so that I could teach at a university.
And in that case, it's worth it because a university just wouldn't hire me if I don't have an MFA or a PhD. I could work at a community college. That's it.
I'll pause right there. Why do I feel like there's going to be a joke saying, hey, Ben's going to teach about the films that he likes. So if you want to see that, get Ben to be a teacher someday at the university. I feel like that's coming in.
That's funny.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. So as far as it can also depend on what you're talking about, right? So for like film theory and stuff like that, like if you want to get into academia, then yeah, you probably should go to college. But as far as learning how to be a filmmaker, I'm not sure. Because I think a lot of that stuff is you can because I think I'm going to learn this really hard, is that like, even though I kind of had that experience, I'm still probably going to have to start at the bottom if I really want to get into film anyways. And actually that's one of my, he was my professor, but he's also my internship supervisor. And one of the things that he said he's like, some woman went to AFI and was paying out the butt, and he didn't, and they were both on the floor scraping gum. Is what he said. And so yeah, this was and so I think that's the thing. Like, so for me, I think that my education is going to be important to me, because especially if I decide to move back to where I went to college, because I have connections there. And I think I've connected with enough people that I think I could name drop enough to get myself a job, because I worked with people that were very reputable in that could film
Basically,
the video
networking.
community. Yeah, networking, right? College is good for networking, and that's something that's underrated with colleges. People like to talk about how much that college sucks and you're wasting your money and stuff, but part of college is networking. Now you have to do it on your own, but your university will usually give you resources to do that. Like mine did that a lot.
Well, not in this case, because
not yours. Well, that sucks.
No.
But
like, it's the pandemic, so it's like
that's fair. Yeah. I mean, but I was starting to do that before. I mean, my professors would bring in people. We would have panels like twice a semester from people working in the community. They really pushed that, and like one of my internships was outside, and that's where I met this guy, the guy who just said that about the scraping gum thing. And he's kind of a legend in the community that we were in. I mean, a legend is a little bit strong of a word, but he knows a lot of people. He's got a lot of good connections, and he works for a lot of people. And so if I wanted to get a job, I probably could, if I decided to move back, I would probably have to full move back, because they may not want to take a chance on somebody who lives outside of the, like, because I live far enough away that I would have to move back, so in order to keep a job there. But anyways, my point is that it kind of depends, and it also depends on what you're going for. If you are dead set, like, all I want to do is film, I want to be a part of an actual film, like big budget, or even if it's independence, but still, right? I don't want to potentially edit for commercials or anything, do any advertising, run video or any kind of that for companies or anything like that. If you're like, no, I'm not doing that ever, then you probably don't need film school. But for me, like, I learned so much when I was in college with the versatility of like being able to, because I learned After Effects and Premiere Pro and Photoshop and all of that. And that's something that you may not learn on one specific job, because they're going to be teaching you one specific thing. And so that's one of the reasons why I say that it's good, if you're willing to open to work in like video production, just in general. So, anyways, is there anything you want to add?
I mean, here's to those that want to make film. If you want to make film, it's basically
you need to go out and make films.
I mean, I'm not gonna name drop anyone because I don't want to at this point, because it's 2021. Why make more problems? You know what I mean? But anyways, that want to do it, that it's your path. No one's controlling it. You're the one controlling it, etc., etc., etc. But keep in mind, those that actually want to do it, your choices matter, even though that something might happen that would affect the cliche. I mean, I don't know what that cliche would be, but if it were the case, then you better get ready for it.
Mm-hmm. Well said. Okay, let's get to Tombstone. So, did you like that movie?
All right, the first time I saw it, I was like, okay, it's a good western.
Okay.
It's
what about your second time?
Nothing that I would like. I wasn't done. Okay. It was like nothing like I would like.
Okay, fine. Keep going. Sorry.
It was like nothing I would like. It took me a while just because like there's some aspects I liked, and then there's some of them I didn't remember. But then like the second time I was like, huh, if this is the best western. Well, I wouldn't say that, but I mean, yeah, the cast has remarkably changed, but how many times have we gotten, Doc Holliday? I mean, or was it Doc Holliday or Wyatt Earp?
Well, Doc Holliday was Val Kilmer. Wyatt Earp was Kurt Russell.
Yeah, Wyatt Earp, and then because like a year later they made a Wyatt Earp. For Kevin Costner, yeah, that 3-hour movie, nope, just nope. I'm not trying to waste those 3 hours into that. But anyways, Tombstone, highly recommended if you're like into western. I mean, I would say pick up the Blu-ray, but you don't buy pre-owned. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. But see it cheap, dirt cheap. I recommend picking it up.
Okay.
I mean,
so what I want to talk about now.
Much further, but
yeah. Hey, what's up, Will?
Go ahead.
How you doing, buddy?
Knee? No,
the Film Freak, yeah. Anyway, so
jeez.
I don't know. Sorry, Film Freak. Do you care if I use your first name? I forgot. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Anyways, okay. So Tombstone, right? So my issue with it. So one of the best parts about the movie was the mustaches, right? My problem was that the story was kind of all over the place. So it felt like they were leading to these big battles, but then the battles didn't live up to that expectation, and it felt like Kurt Russell and his romance triangle thingy was supposed to mean more, but they didn't spend a lot of time on it. And then the ending kind of happens with that thing. And I'm just like, okay. And I didn't feel sympathy for him in a situation. I'm kind of like, you're a little bit of a player, and I really don't sympathize with you.
It's just basically a retelling of the gunfight at OK Corral, right? It's like the Magnificent Seven, almost. Well, kind of.
Well, the gunfight at OK Corral was real, right? Magnificent. Yeah. Well, sure, it's similar, but Magnificent Seven was really based off of Seven Samurai, and so it's based. That's not the same.
Yeah, but like what I'm trying to say is like Tombstone was about the fight. Like characters, you could say they're one-dimensional. Like at the same time, you kind of root for Kurt Russell. I mean, it's just like it's like saying, how can you not root for him? Yeah, he's probably a good actor, great actor. I mean, after all, but yeah, this felt like more like, hey, we're just gonna have some exposition. Forget the characters, the exposition. Okay, let's get the gunfight ready. Right. 1, 2, 3, bam, 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 done.
Okay, but. And that's where some of my issues come in, right? Is that the exposition that was happening, right? You lead up to, because there were a couple of fights throughout the movie, and there were a couple of Kurt Russell and Doc Holliday and the crew fought several different leaders of the Cowboys. or at least two. And to me, that's kind of like,
True.
and so that was one of my issues, was like they would lead it up, and then you're like, oh, isn't that supposed to be the big battle? And they're like, nope. And then they go to another big battle, and at some point I'm just like, okay, we've had 3 big battles. What gives? So, and that was it. But my biggest issue was the ending with him and that woman. That was my biggest issue.
Man, at least you have Bill Paxton and Yondu, you know?
Yeah,
Give
so
credit is due.
here's the thing,
And
right?
Billy Zane.
So here's the thing, right? I love Doc Holliday.
Yeah.
I love Val Kilmer as
Yeah.
Doc Holliday. I thought he was a really interesting character. I thought he brought the most depth to the movie. He had the most struggles, and he had the most heart, and he was like, even through his own struggles, he was always committed to Russell Crowe, Wyatt Earp, and it was a really great dynamic, and I think it really helped the movie. That was a really good part of the movie. But the rest for it, me, fell flat.
Interesting.
Okay, so you don't care, Film Freak? Cool, but I might stick to it. Kids these days with their Marvel, DC, Star Wars, shaking my head. I know I missed that, but
Yeah, I wish I could talk about those, but I'm like, you know what? At this point, everyone has been talking about them. Like, what is there to talk about? You know?
yeah, exactly, and it's they're. I mean, for the most part, well, I can't say the same for DC, but Marvel, they're pretty much always good movies, or at least decent, right? I was not a big fan of Captain Marvel.
Who was a fan of Captain Marvel except for that one dude who saw it like what 200 plus times in the theaters?
That's wow. Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, sure, like even so, like Iron Man 3 wasn't great, but
Oh God.
I did kind of like it. I thought they made some poor decisions, but I still kind of liked it, and I thought it was kind of entertaining. Captain Marvel, I didn't really find that entertaining. Black Panther was a really good movie, though.
Again, DC has made some of the best animated films of all time,
Well, I haven't
featuring
really checked those
Batman
out.
and Superman.
Oh, so what's the point of saying no?
Saying
Shooting
what?
blanks at DC. I mean, yeah, they made shooting blanks at. What was the point of shooting blanks at DC if you haven't seen animated films?
Well, I'm
Apparently
not
they're better
shooting.
than
I'm
the-
not shooting blanks. I'm not like when I think of ZC,
Highly
I'm
better
not thinking
than
about
the,
the animated films.
But yeah, they're highly better than the the live action ones.
I'm thinking about the live action because they're more popular. The live action. I'm thinking about Dawn of Justice. I'm thinking about Justice League, not the Snyder Cut, either of those, and I'm thinking about Suicide Squad when I say that the movies are bad. I did
Wow,
like
looks
Wonder
like,
Woman. It was a good movie. I haven't seen
It's
84.
like someone forgot Batman and Robin.
Man of Steel was decent. Yeah,
Batman and
but
Robin was
okay,
decent.
fine. I'm talking about the DC. I'm talking about the modern DC, right? Why do you keep laughing?
Oh, hey man, I mean, when you said about DC, I'm like, all right, like he's gonna forget Batman and Robin. You know, I mean, it is bad. And with that movie, we would have had the Nolan trilogy. So
Yeah. Well, okay, so the first two Batmans, what the heck?
you mean the Tim Burton ones?
Yes, Tim Burton. Those were good, right? And so I forgot about those, but Tim Burton, those were good. Batman and Robin, Batman Forever, not that great. What else? I haven't seen any of the old Supermans.
One is good for what it was. Two, it's enjoyable. Three, I mean, the only thing three had for was Richard Pryor, and four, oh my god, just don't watch four, man.
Don't watch 4? Okay.
Don't watch four. I mean, if you're dumb enough to watch it, then go ahead. But other than that, just stay away from it.
Superman Returns. I haven't seen it and will not see it because of one person that we cannot name for specific reasons. And Man of Steel, rewatched it. It was all right. I mean, it could have been better, but it was all right.
Batman Returns is the best Batman sequel. I don't know.
They said Begins. I was like. You realize there's not enough movies to talk about in the stream.
There are. I just gotta keep looking. Superman 78 is a must see.
Oh, no. I'm just talking about in general. Like, I think we just pass. We're way past off the DC Marvel superhero mainstream movies. You know that everyone talks about at this point.
Kevin Costner is a hit or miss. It seems is what Hector says. Superman 2. There's 2 cuts. Richard Lester and Richard Donner. Worth a watch on both. Okay.
I mean, if you own a Blu-ray player, then go ahead. Or 4K. I mean, I don't know what you have.
Yeah, so this one was I'm losing my train of thought. Donner. What about Donner? Oh, Donner, that's his name, not Dinner. Donner. Richard Donner. Okay.
Donner. Yeah. He made the Lethal Weapon movies. Interesting. Lethal Weapon.
Silence builds character.
Jesus. I mean, we could talk about films, but what films could we talk about? We don't know. Stay tuned until the
Start talking about one. I brought you on here for a reason. To talk about Tombstone, but yeah. Anything else? If you want to talk about another movie, fine. Pick one. Start talking. I'll go with you.
I highly recommend. I highly recommend Hard Target. It's with Jean-Claude Van Damme. It was with Jean-Claude Van Damme, directed by John Woo. Oh man, this movie. Oh, this movie has it all. You have Jean-Claude Van Damme riding on a motorcycle. He punches a snake. What else does he do? He has a mullet, but no, it's not a mullet. He just has long, greasy hair, and yeah, that's Hard Target.
Okay, I haven't seen it, so actually, I brought him up earlier because I was talking about Val Kilmer, and I expected Val Kilmer to be a lot like Jean-Claude Van Damme, where he kind of was put in his own movies and he wasn't that great of an actor.
Oh, Jesus.
But Doc Holliday, his performance as Doc Holliday was great, and that proved me wrong. But I think I expected it because Val Kilmer had ended up in Batman Forever, right? So I just expected him to not be that great, but I was wrong.
Jesus, is Val Kilmer your crush or something?
What do you mean?
Your man crush? You certainly talk about him in Tombstone. I'm like, well, he might as well be your man crush. He was in what, Top Gun?
Okay, fine, sure. I have a man crush on Val Kilmer.
He was.
No, I don't. I haven't seen most of his movies. I don't.
The reboot, Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
I mean, nothing against him, but no, I do not have a man crush on Val Kilmer. I haven't seen Frost Nixon.
Sounds like it.
What? Because I really liked his performance as Doc Holliday.
No.
It was a great performance.
You said Frost Nixon. I'm like, wait.
Yeah, Frost Nixon.
Is it? Oh yeah, it's a political film that no one would have in their collection, I guess. But even I don't know.
Well, that's your opinion. I haven't seen it though, so I
can't. Whatever. Oh yeah, just two presidents fighting and blah blah blah. One wins, one loses. The end. Anyways.
Hey, Film Freak, what are they not continuing?
It's Criterion.
You have Criterion?
Oh no, I'm just looking at my collection of best Criterion. Bruce Lee set all day. Don't care what anyone says. Bruce Lee's a fucking legend.
Oh, they're not continuing it? Okay. The Zack Snyder's Justice League? Okay. Since you guys are struggling to discuss a movie, I really admire how it's a dialogue-driven movie, but I still found it intense without having any action scenes. Which movie?
I think he's talking about Tombstone, because Hard Target, if you're talking about the dialogue, oh man, the dialogue.
No, I don't think Hector's seen Tombstone.
Alright. Then he must be talking about the Hard Target then. Yeah. It is what it is. Why is it so hard? Best Nicolas Cage movie. I mean, that's been talked about so many times. Nicolas Cage. Oh boy.
Frost Nixon.
Let's see.
Oh, okay. He's talking about Frost Nixon.
Okay. Best action.
Well, I have to look at Nicolas Cage's. I like
Family Man. That I can just really recommend.
Family Man's a good one.
Nicolas Cage. Con Air's a good one, you know.
The Family Man, that's what it is.
Put the bunny back in the box, you know. Con Air, The Rock.
Yeah. I've seen Next, but it's
Oh, yeah. Hey, it's Next. What do you expect? Willy's Wonderland. I'm tempted. At the same time, oh man, I don't know if I could watch it. Andy, though, on the other hand, it's basically.
Oh, Joe.
How can I describe it? How can I describe it?
National Treasure was pretty good.
Not National Treasure. Oh Jesus! Everyone wants the third film. Oh, good luck. Mandy. Yeah, basically Mad Max. For the.
I'm looking up.
Current generation, I guess. I don't know.
I'm looking up Nicolas Cage movies.
Oh, that's right. He was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Cool.
Oh, Nicolas Cage.
I haven't seen Face Off.
Oh, it's a fucking amazing movie. I want to take his face. Oh, like I read on pages. Even though I heard there was going to be a remake, but why? Why a remake? You don't know, man. You just don't mess with the original content.
Drive angry. I like The Sorcerer's Apprentice. I want to see Kick-Ass.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Kick-Ass is amazing.
Mostly just because of that one scene that I keep seeing on YouTube with Chloe Grace Moretz and the stick. That's pretty great.
Well, we found your woman crush Wednesday.
I mean, she's pretty as hell. It's also Thursday. Nice try.
Oh no! I realized it was Thursday. I was like, oh damn.
Yeah.
I'm done with Nicolas Cage. Best movie. So many, man. Oh, where do I start? I mean, we could start with not Terminator 2. You know, I hate it for some odd reason. Terminator 2, one of the worst movies of all time. I mean,
Hey Zeus, have you ever heard of 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon?
oh Jesus.
Well, I remember on they had Screen Junkies had for a while. I can't remember what it was called, but it was kind of similar where you'd have 2 people and they were a team, and then one person would name a movie, and it'd be like, okay, so this person was in this movie with this person, and their partners got to tag team it.
What the hell? Hey, that's just weird.
So like for instance,
for
instance,
the concept is weird. I understand the concept, but I'm like, what the hell?
I always thought it was
Speaking
a fun
of Kevin
trivia
Bacon.
game.
Speaking of Kevin Bacon, his best and good movie, Tremors. Enough said. You can't top Tremors.
Yeah, it was on Movie Games with Jeremy Johns, but there was another. They had a specific name for this game.
Technically, Kevin Bacon was in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, but I don't know if you could count it. You know, he was there for the cameo. Oh, Hollow Man! Oh my God!
You know, I want to check out King. At some point, I think the next movie I think I'm gonna watch is Gone Girl.
Oh Jesus! Basically, it's just a white person problem movie. Thank God I'm not white, so. David. Who directed David Fincher? Why would you cast Tyler Perry and Neil Patrick Harris, even though their involvement was just too out of the blue, and they were trying really hard to be in a serious role? That didn't make sense at all.
I was trying to think. I had something else I was going to say. Damn.
Oh yeah, Ben Affleck's in it.
Oh, I was looking for something. That's what I was doing.
Ooh, best anime movie, Akira, all the way.
Is there a chat still going on?
Oh.
Or not? Can you see anything? Because like no. The last thing I saw was SJ Plus. Okay, never mind then. Don't. Yeah, if you're not looking at, it doesn't matter. I'm caught up. Anyways, so best anime movie. Right, I don't know. My favorite is probably Nausicaa in the Valley of the Wind.
Oh, finally someone watches Studio Ghibli films. Yeah. And watches it through HBO Max.
Well, actually, no. Studio Ghibli is the most watched, but I think usually people watch like Spirited Away. Nausicaa is a little underrated, and I love it. So.
I mean, there was that recent Studio Ghibli film, Earwig and the Witch. Oh my God, it was bad.
Earwig and the Witch?
See a steelbook around it, even though there is. Burn it. It's not what you expect in a Studio Ghibli film. Animation is just like...
Oh, it is Earwig and the Witch. Okay.
The animation was just like... It felt like a Netflix made for Netflix.
iCarly isn't an anime. Or am I thinking of... It's not an anime, isn't it? iCarly. That's not an anime.
Talking about Akira, where did you get iCarly from?
No, Film Freak.
He said my favorite anime is iCarly. Excellent story.
Oh, he's talking about the show iCarly.
His favorite anime is iCarly.
Oh wait, how did he spell it? How did he spell it?
ICARLY.
That's the show. Oh my god.
Howard's favorite anime is American Psycho. People are screwing with me now. Howard, what's their first 3D? Who's first 3D?
Yo.
Lighthearted comedy?
What's with the trolls, man? Is it because it's a Thursday and no one's doing nothing right now?
Yeah.
Man. Jeez, man. Hey, look, if it's a Thursday
window from earlier.
This is the Thursday. You might as well go shopping at Target with Ben to get another whiteboard that he might be finding after 3 years later. Remember that memory? You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
No,
I don't, actually.
Where someone videotaped you getting a whiteboard, and you explained the difference between a whiteboard and the pricing of a whiteboard, even though that in reality it made sense, but theoretically it didn't make sense.
I don't know what you're talking
about. Because
after
basically you and Leba, you went to Target, and he asked you, "Hey, why don't you get just a typical whiteboard or whatever?" And then you were like, "Hey, the one that you were holding, it was like a big one. That's the one you wanted." And I think I don't know if he told you this, but he told you.
I was with Megan, right? We were with I was with Megan and him, I think.
Yeah.
And I went on some rant, which I did that a bunch during that video. I did that multiple times. I'm like, why do you ask me what do I think of her? I stand by that. What do you want me to say? Do you want me to say that she's a bitch? Because she's not, by the way.
Hey.
At least as far as I know, she's not.
I mean, I don't know her, so I don't know why.
Yeah, my experiences is that she's not. She's a nice person. That's my experience with her. And so when people kind of do that to me, what do you think of this person? I'm just like, yeah, okay, what do you want me to call them an asshole?
Bruh, you know why they're doing that, right?
For content in his video, but dude,
that too, and then planting the seeds. You know what I mean? He wants to be drama alert, but he can't.
Planting the seeds. He wants me to hook up with Megan. Is that what you're saying?
Oh no! I meant talking a lot of crap.
He wants me to say something not nice, and so then we get a drama, and then he can build his view count off of our drama.
Is that? Yeah. I mean, that's that too.
He's not the only one that does that, though. I don't want to single him out, but that's. And then I over-explain my thought process too in that video.
When was the last time you made anything?
Raw, a beautiful romantic comedy. I haven't seen it. The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Oh Jesus.
Oh. Raw from France.
Hey, at least he's not gonna talk about Saul getting the 4K treatment, so it is what it is.
Hector called him 6'9".
Oh Jesus. Best.
Yeah. So.
I don't know. I got a couple of minutes until I leave, but I'm gonna throw one more category. I'm gonna throw one more category out there. Best. Why does there have to be a best for everything?
Yeah.
I would say best. I would say what's the best 4K you've seen, but I know that you don't collect 4Ks.
No, I don't.
Okay, that's the reason. But if you were to collect 4Ks, best 4K movie I would recommend probably Blade Runner, both films.
Okay.
Matrix looks good on 4K. Inception, all the Nolan films definitely. Maybe some older films. So like Spartacus, The Shining. I would say Ex Machina, but there's a lot of high frame rate. And I'm not a fan of high frame rate. Like 60 FPS, nah, man, nah. I'd rather watch in the format it was made to be. Silent. Wait.
What do you want me to say? Thank you for the suggestion, Jesus.
Yeah. And then someone in the chat be like, "Oh yeah, the silence. Yeah. Yep, the silence." Hey, let's break the fourth wall. You might as well just break the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Spaceballs.
No. Okay. I'm gonna go back to something, then I'm gonna drop it. Yeah, I'm not specifically targeting Alex when I say that, but it's just.
You still enjoy Denis Villeneuve movies by any chance?
I do. He's my favorite director. But anyway, let me get back to what I was saying, and then we can talk about what you want to talk about. I'm not specifically targeting him. I'm just saying that I'm not a huge fan when people do that because it's like, I mean, it's just kind of, to me, it's a little bit grandstanding. It's like, I just, if we connect, we connect. And if we don't connect, that's not on the other person. And I don't feel the need to kind of explain it out, especially for a camera.
Yeah.
If you do it in a camera setting, and it's just like I mean, if I'll connect with that person, I'll connect with that person. I don't really need one person coming in and being like, "Oh, hey, do you like this person? Like, what do you think?"
But not gonna lie,
it just makes it awkward. And also, if I don't like them, then I have to lie, right? Because I can't say that I don't like them, and so then that puts me in a spot because I don't like lying. And so why can't you just let it sit and let me do my thing? But what?
Keep in mind, he has a camera like right in front of you, and
that's
he's
also
asking
part
you that
of it,
question.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's
and
the thing. Like,
I can't say that I don't like her.
I wouldn't be comfortable, man.
It's not really
comfortable.
It's pointless asking that question. I mean, I understand.
Like if it was like privacy issues.
Sometimes it is a little bit awkward with him and having that camera so close, but I'm talking more in general, right?
Yeah, but like if he were to ask you that, like
if he didn't do it with a camera, it may not be as
Discord
bad.
Or whatever.
But I'm still not with that kind of mentality. I'm still against it. Anyways, name one single vlog channel that's watchable. I don't watch vlogs. People just want a reaction out of others, and it's so annoying and desperate. David Dobrik is canceled nowadays. Is that true? I don't. He still seems pretty famous.
Vlogs. Oh Jesus.
Anyways, okay, so you asked me about Denis Villeneuve. So if you want to go back to that, we can.
I've seen all of his films.
You have? I haven't seen them all.
Have you?
No.
That's what I was trying to ask you before. Okay.
No.
Which ones have you not seen yet?
I haven't seen Sicario. I haven't seen Sicario.
You seen Enemy?
I have. That was like the first one I watched of his. I haven't
his
seen
first
Incendies.
Okay, that's 2.
Yeah.
Prisoners.
Rated R for nudity. We'll see. Maybe that's a short film. Hold on. Director, right? Start from the bottom. I don't know. He did a bunch of short films and stuff. What was his first? Was August 32nd on Earth. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen Maelstrom. I haven't seen any of his French ones.
Have you seen Prisoners?
Wait, Rated R for nudity is a 3-minute short, so never mind. I've seen Prisoners. I've seen Enemy. I've seen Arrival. I've seen Blade Runner 2049.
No, yeah, you don't count.
So I want to see
you don't
Sicario.
Count Dune as one of them.
Well, I haven't seen Dune. Dune hasn't come out yet, right?
Well, yeah. No, but you could. I would recommend watching the film, the older one. I would just Read the book. Just read the book.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I've heard it's not that great.
Let's see. I mean, it's okay, but it has a lot of problems. It's not like Star Wars.
Well, nothing really is. So.
Alright, I'm about to head off right now. I got some stuff to do.
Thanks for stopping in, Jesus. I appreciate it. You leave him? You gone?
Yeah,
See ya. Right, he just disappears. I haven't seen Cruella trailers. None of them. Papa bless Jesus. Hey, there's 5 people. Who's the 5th? So let's see what my count is. So we got, right? So I got 3 that are talking to me. There's 1. There's Hector. Then Film Freak. I don't know. I like talking to people. So as soon as they come in, I poke at them. Yeah. What else can I cover? I'm probably gonna cut it at the 2-hour mark. Probably gonna call it a night. So. It's from the same director as Lars and the Real Girl. Yeah, I need to check that one out. That one's pretty good. I've heard. Really? I found the DVD for a blue buck at Goodwill on sale, and I really enjoyed it. You know, what's funny is a while ago I had come up. It was actually based off of a song, but I had come up for an idea for a movie that was about some guy who creates a robot girl, basically his girlfriend. But anyways, he creates a robot woman. Is basically what it is. And so then I start like getting more into film, and I realize, oh, there's more movies that are kind of like this. Like I think Lars and the Real Girl sounds like it's like that. And there's this other one called Ruby Sparks with Paul Dano and Zoe Kazan. I want to look up. I'm going to see if I can find. I wonder if I can watch that one. Ruby Sparks. Damn it, I have to rent it. Was it on Hulu? I don't think I have Hulu anymore. What's cotton candy grapes? What's an idea for an app where you can watch movies in different languages in the theater using phone and headphone? But I found out it already exists and it's called Theater Ears. Those are delicious. I had some before. It's crossbred grapes. Tastes like cotton candy. It's freaking insane. Someone stole your idea. Now you got the Cruella de Vil song stuck in my head, Hector. Cruella de Vil, Cruella de Vil. If she doesn't scare you, no evil thing will. She's searching for a sudden thrill. Cruella, Cruella. Why did that make you think? I just rewatched 101 Dalmatians 1996 on Disney Plus. It holds up. I don't watch WandaVision, but I had the song Agatha All Along stuck in my head for a day. You know, I'm going to watch the Cruella trailer because you brought it up.
Very beginning, I realized I saw the world differently than everyone else.
Okay, let's go.
From the very beginning, I realized I saw the world differently than everyone else. That didn't sit well with some people. But I wasn't for everyone. I guess they were always scared.
Let's hell hole.
That I'd be a psycho. But a new day brings new opportunities. And I was ready to make a statement. How does the saying go? I am woman, hear me roar.
You go from red hair to black and white.
I'm just getting started, darling. The thing is, I was born brilliant, born fast, and a little bit mad.
Like, I guess.
I'm Cruella.
Well, that's dramatic. Well, the first thing I get up is from
Meet your next
Andre,
pillow.
a black nerd comedy, saying, "Is Cruella de Vil Disney's Joker?" That was funny. I like Andre. He's cool. Yeah, the MCU movies are not that dark. Yeah. Film Freak eats up the MCU. What are you referring to? Who's this guy that you're talking about that trashed on Parasite? I wasn't a huge fan of Parasite. I didn't find the characters that likable. Yeah, so here's what I will say, right? Is that Scorsese, unfortunately, he's wrong. Because there are superhero movies that are good and well-told stories. And I think at the... so when you look at them as a whole, right? So the entirety thing is a well-told emotional story. And especially with the last one, with Endgame, like it closes everything up, and that's Infinity War kind of does it too, because you got the stakes, and the end of the movie leaves you with a very like hard emotions, and so the thing as a whole is very effective as like one giant story. But I would say that like Black Panther kind of on its own it's more than just audiovisual entertainment. Now, Martin Scorsese kind of does have a point depending on the movie, but I think there are some Marvel movies that break that mold, and so he misses, unfortunately. That's funny, Howard. I appreciate that one. Oh, I don't know. Martin Scorsese put out an article in the New York Times, I think it was, explaining it, but it's kind of hard. But he describes the MCU as audiovisual entertainment. Okay. I thought you were kind of making a joke, Howard, but I guess
I don't know. He creates this. I think he creates this separation where it's less about the audio. It's like to him, it's more about the story. I kind of agree with him, but I think he probably picked the wrong franchise to do it with. He definitely picked the wrong franchise because I think they took the most care of their story, more so typically than superhero movies do. And that's important to note. Because there are some movies that are legitimately what he said, which is audiovisual entertainment. You know, it's when he talks about cinema, he talks more about like a visual emotional experience. I think is closer to what he's looking for. Well, I guess I don't understand why it matters that Jennifer Aniston said that. So, like, I understand both perspectives, but, like, the thing, my take on it is that, you know, there are some movies that are really more about presenting cool visuals. Or doing like one specific thing and not really caring as much about the story. You know, like comedies that really care about making you laugh but not necessarily care as much about the story. Horror movies that really care about scaring you rather than anything else. And action movies and Marvel movies are the similar. But, well, Marvel movies not as much. But action movies and superhero movies can be similar. And I think that's what he's targeting. That is interesting, Hector. Okay. Yeah. So I kind of see it, but at the same time, like, you know, I think Howard's point, like, Film Freak really likes Marvel movies. Howard's point is, how do you describe what's film, like, cinema is? Can you say anything? You know, it's so broad. And that is kind of a fair point. Now it's dead and I don't have anything to say. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I don't know really if it's so much as bending the rules, right? I don't think that's the point. I think it's closer to what I said, right? That you have specific purposes, and so I mean Martin Scorsese's idea of so like you can have different purposes for creating a film, but typically like you're either gearing for entertainment or you're gearing for or you're trying to tell like the most effective story. You're trying to present an emotional experience, which to some people that's entertainment, but I would say that it is a little bit more than just entertainment. And I think that's the distinction, is Martin Scorsese sees cinema as an outlet for emotional storytelling, while some people don't. They see it more geared toward the entertainment aspect. And so I don't know if it's really bending the rules, is changing your path. I guess I would have to hear your argument as to why you don't need characters in a movie. Because, like, see what's... If you're just, are you just shooting visuals? So do you believe like, and so like the thing is like if I mean not like so it depends on what you're trying to do, like I said. And so but I think typically people like having characters in the movie, having stuff that they can grasp, right? Because like you said, Tenet kind of got crapped on, so. No, it uses visuals to tell the story, but the characters are still important. It uses the visuals with the characters, like. You're using a lot of visuals, but it's with the characters in the environment. No, I'm gravitated really towards Ryan Gosling's character in that movie. And Carey Mulligan, if I remember her name correctly. And the little boy. I mean, well, okay, to answer your question, like, what the hell is a movie? So, like, I think people use certain words, but they don't mean they don't typically mean like the literal definitions, because to Martin Scorsese, cinema means something different, like, than probably Michael Bay. And then you would use that for your argument and say, exactly, the separation. But, well, they're also trying to accomplish two different things. But people who... But I only really see it, like... I only see the two different ways, right? You have the entertainment, and then you have the storytelling. Like, can there be another... Like, I mean, you can meld the two, but can there be two... Is there another category I'm missing? And so if... The thing is if you're trying to tell the best story that you can, then, like, Martin Scorsese's comments are correct. Outside of Marvel. Not with Marvel. Because... Marvel did a good job of handling their story across all the movies. He picked the wrong franchise for the most part. Why don't wear a mask? You're right. Maybe we can cover it some other time. I kind of want to get off. Yeah, I'm kind of done. But we can talk about it later. We can try to maybe we can hash this out. A 5-part podcast. You're funny. Yeah, I'm about to... Yeah. Yeah, she didn't come. I didn't... I'm gonna... Yeah. So, I keep saying yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. I really appreciate you stepping on the stream. I probably won't do this a bunch.
But we can definitely, I might see about having this conversation because this is interesting. Yeah, but I need to go do stuff, unfortunately. Okay. What's so sad? The end? It's the end? This is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10. Feel your heartbeat and then... Okay. Well, for all those of you watching, I really appreciate you joining the stream. Thank you. I really appreciate it. But I'm going to get going and do some other stuff. I will see you guys later. I will have a video out next week as per the usual. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.